Chapter 4. We now see Aizen staring at the soulless dark creature. Aizen walks behind of the beast and shoves Kyoka Suigetsu in its back and releases his Ryotsu through his blade and into the monster. This creature starts to shake till it passed out within seconds. Time skip. Aizen has been inspecting this creature till he decided to kill the beast to see what happens since it's a soulless monster, but the creature slowly turned into dust. Disappointed. Normally this would sadden any researcher, however Aizen expected this to happen. Aizen. Sigh, I need more information since these creatures are truly unique and its mind is like a hollows of sorts but have a sort of hive mind, and yet it doesn't talk to each other, just sense what others that is around them are feeling. As hollows attracted to the souls with powerful Ryotsu, and as these creatures are attracted to emotions, perhaps the stronger emotions that is emitted around them the stronger their senses get, but is blocked by their instincts to kill and attack the source of emotions. Well, this is just a theory till I find out more. Time skip. Aizen has been wandering the strange forest where he follows the soulless creatures, where he finally ends up at till he ended up finding a burning village where people seem to be running and screaming for help, so being the kind, random person that appeared out of nowhere, he decides to assist the burning villagers to deal with the soulless creatures. Aizen walks to the village and pulls out his sword and casually deal with all the creatures that came to attack him and protected multiple families from being eaten alive. Soon after the hard-fought battle came to the end, all the surviving villagers gather around Aizen and thanks him for protecting him and even cheered him on. Villager 1. Thank you, sir. Villager 2. You're so strong. Villager 3. Are you a huntsman? Villager 4. Thank you for saving me and my family, kind sir. Villager 5. Ha ha, those Grim deserve it. Villager 6. Marry me. After all the praises that came from the villagers towards Aizen, an tall old man came walking towards Aizen and started to speak to the village savior. Village leader. Thank you for saving my small village, huntsman sir. A cookie for those who know him, cookie. Aizen. Smile, it was no problem at all sir. I'm more than happy to assist, and I do apologies for not coming sooner to help those who could have been saved. Aizen stated with a sad tone. Village leader. You are very kind sir, but it will be all right. The leader looks at everyone since they all lost something they held dear to them, be it a art from their child or a family member or a cherished items, and he looks down saddened from the very feeling of everyone around this large circle that was previously thanking the village hero. Village leader. It will take time, but everything will be all right. Though, may I know of the hero name that saved us all from a dreadful fate? Aizen. Zanai, just Zanai. Village leader. Thank you sir Aizen. Please follow me to my house that wasn't completely destroyed. I'll make you some tea, as thanks, and you may ask or take anything you want as a gift for saving us. Aizen. Very well then, there are things that I wish to discuss with you with. Time skip. After Aizen enter the house of the village leader, Aizen ask the leader about those creatures and what are these huntsmen, and after explain to the leader that he recently had an incident to which most of his memories was lost and can only recall a few things after being awakened from a deep dark cave up in the southern parts of the forest in the hills. The leader was a tiny bit suspicious at first, but now thinking that this poor young lad had to deal with many a problem, and it made him feel bad for thinking his suspicious, and so the leader starts to explain everything to Aizen with a soft tone, trying to not stress out the boy. Aizen understood the basic knowledge the old man have given him and realized something what the old man said happened earlier, and that was awaken your aura. The old man didn't have a lot of information about it since only a few people in the village has their aura awakened, but powers called a semblance that is unique to each respectable person who trained their aura enough to awaken such hidden power. This made Aizen think of Bankai abilities, but instead of a use of a weapon, it is just natural such as Ryoryoku as long it is trained correctly. This piqued the interest of Aizen and made him wonder if he will get a semblance. After all, he did awaken his soul or aura by himself but didn't have any. Village leader. Thank you for saving my small village, huntsman sir. A cookie for those who know him, cookie. Aizen. Smile, it was no problem at all sir. I'm more than happy to assist, and I do apologies for not coming sooner to help those who could have been saved. Aizen stated with a sad tone. Village leader. You are very kind sir, but it will be all right. The leader would looks at everyone since they all lost something they held dear to them, be it a art from their child or a family member or a cherished items, and he would looks down saddened from the very feeling of everyone around this large circle that was previously thanking the village hero. Village leader, it will take time but everything will be alright. Though, may I know of the hero name that saved us all from a dreadful fate? Aizen. Zanai, just Zanai. Village leader. Thank you, Sir Aizen. Please follow me to my house that wasn't completely destroyed. I'll make you some tea, as thanks, and you may ask or take anything you want as a gift for saving us. Aizen. Very well then, there are things that I wish to discuss with you with. Time skip. After Aizen enter the house of the village leader, Aizen would ask the leader about those creatures and what are these huntsmen, and after explain to the leader that he recently had an incident to which most of his memories was lost and can only recall a few things after being awakened from a deep dark cave up in the southern parts of the forest in the hills. The leader was a tiny bit suspicious at first, but now thinking that this poor young lad had to deal with many a problem, and it made him feel bad for thinking his suspicious, and so the leader starts to explain everything to Aizen with a soft tone, trying to not stress out the boy. Aizen understood the basic knowledge the old man have given him and realized something what the old man said happened earlier, and that was awaken your aura. The old man didn't have a lot of information about it since only a few people in the village has their aura awakened, but powers called a semblance that is unique to each respectable person who train their aura enough to awaken such hidden power. This made Aizen think of Bankai abilities, but instead of a use of a weapon, it is just natural such as Ryoku as long it is trained correctly. This piqued the interest of Aizen and made him wonder if he will get a semblance. After all, he did awaken his soul or aura by himself but didn't have any high hopes for one nor cared any care for such things, since it is described to follows the basics of science and law of physics, though at least to some degree, since this world's scientific laws seem to be a bit advanced but also degraded in some parts. To Aizen it will be like a bird learning to fly. Though Aizen will never turn it down since there is a slight hope, since Aizen is well Aizen, there's a slight chance the semblance he will get a monstrous if his potentially get enchanted by his Ryoku or the Hogyoku may interfere with it. Aizen thought of a well planned out plan for future fights and future people that will want to talk to him about the abilities he has, so Aizen is making a plan to deal with such problem. Later on, the leader offer Aizen a place to stay for the night, to which Aizen agreed since he will need more information before walking to somewhere and possibly walking in enemy's territory. After Aizen slept, or what the leader believed he did, he actually stayed awake all on his scroll that he was given by the leader during their long talk. So Aizen started to research non-stop to figure out all the common sense that was on the internet websites and reports of grim activity on it. After doing that for a long time, morning came around, and then Aizen would leave the village in the morning very satisfied with the information he gained, so he did not regret saving those people of Karne village, to which he found out the name in the talk with the leader yesterday. Aizen already learnt where Karne village was located and knew he needed to go to north to where a large city that is located. It was no other than the capital of Anima. Mistral. Aizen. Shatter. Aizen illusion over himself falls to pieces. What the villagers and the old man saw. Aizen would start to smirk as more of the seals on Aizen body falls off. Aizen. All according to plan. Chapter 5. During the adventure Aizen had walking towards Mistral, he has came across many interesting things, such as animal-like people who he knew them to be called faunus, and the weapons that is regularly used to combat Grim and other enemies are able to change to a plain weapon and a gun. Those transforming weapons are very interesting, however what caught his eyes was this thing people called dust. He wonders the extent and the limitations of such small piece of work that holds elemental source, and if somehow he is able to contain those forces without the vessel of the rock. Time skip. Aizen has finally entered the first part of Mistral City, the lower levels. At first it didn't look so bad, however, Aizen knew that looks can fool another if their eyes ain't open. He noticed many things within the shadows of alleyway and a few abandoned building. There was blood here and there. Not in public, most likely to make sure the city doesn't get enough of a bad reputation than it already does towards tourists, is what he would have to guessed. Aizen was wearing a white yukata with purple outlines and flowers with a bright silver moon on the right part of the clothing and a lake below it showing the moon that is blurry within the water as he walk around the lower part of Mistral. Aizen would then come across a club. He has heard a few rumors about this small establishment from locals who say, "The club star is so good that I never realizes I gave her all my money," in a dreamy tone, while others who doesn't look as clean as the others whispers to one another about the illegal business that happens in the basement gambling. Foolish people who talk about illegal things in public will only bring trouble for those they work with. Truly foolishness behaviors, as expected from street rats. However, he decided to walk towards this club since it's night time. He needs some more information about a certain plan that he is cooking up. He enters the club and hears singing. Normally it's normal to hear some type of performance in the club at night, but Aizen knew that this singing isn't like the others. It reminded him of some kind of relaxation that eases the mind the more you hear the song, and it is so addicting that you just can't get enough out of it that you zone out. Of course he wasn't affected in the slightest, so he ignored them and watched as a lady who was singing walking around the club acting normal but secretly stealing all those fools' wallets. Without being noticed. She was skillful to say the least. Her use of her semblance and her skills as a pickpocketer is those of experienced people who has been doing this for a long time. After a bit Aizen grabbed the lady hand that was trying to enter his pocket. Aizen, naughty naughty tilde stealing is bad don't you know smiles. The lady that is known as Honey Wine quickly tried to yank her hands away, but the grip strength of Aizen was easily not affected in the slightest by her strength. In that short instant Honey Wine gets up close to Aizen and sang a few words. "Honey, hey handsome, why not relax a little, can't a girl grab a bit of taste of a handsome jock as yourself tilde?" Aizen, still smiling, "My apologies miss, but I suggest you to stop." Honey, "Aw no need to resist so much, just relax and you will be in pleasure land tilde." Honey got even closer to Aizen and rubbing her finger along of Aizen's face and pulling her finger down towards his lower chest. "Honey, so handsome, how about I give you a night you will never forget smile." Aizen, chuckles, "I truly do appreciate the offer from such a spectacular lady such as yourself, however, I must leave now," says while letting go of Honey Wine hand. "It is quite late." Honey, "Aw tilde very well sweetheart, have a good night handsome tilde." After that Aizen left the club with a smile on his face while Honey Wine had an annoyed face, thinking not only did she fail to attract a handsome boy by her charms, but it was like he just left her after a date without paying the bills and only came for the food and the food alone, which severely angered her. "Honey, that brat, he annoys me, tch." Aizen would then be outside of the club and opens his palms and smile when looking at a piece of paper. Aizen, "Oh tilde now this is interesting." Chapter 6. Aizen has been in Mistral for over 2.5 months and been doing many things. He has been information hunting and learned of the crime syndicates within all of the 4 kingdoms. And the biggest underground group was called Spiders, the same group that Lovely Singer was from, and their hideout is a club behind the club, and the leader of the group was Lil, Miss Malachite. Trust me, she wasn't Lil in anyways. Aizen has already been watching the operation of the Spiders and was quite impressed that how every crime syndicates are just thugs around the lower level of Mistral, always avoid people with a spider tattoo on them, not to mention the operation of the Spiders seem to be completely organized, that doesn't do what other thugs would and cause a big scene. They seem to be smarter and stay in the shadow and only make themselves known in the underground world, and became feared from that status. Aizen currently was sitting on a chair under an umbrella watching a certain teen that he saw potential in. This teen he heard only very few people talk, or at least a few rumors about a few drunken rich people who says, "Go to the club and drink and you will become poor." Others took it as they got too drunk and wasted all their lean on the female singer, but Aizen already knew the truth. A certain teen takes the lean and sometimes clothings of drunken people that walk out of the club at night. Not only that, but he knew the range of the singer-song influence and stayed just out of range of it at the right time, almost like he already knew perfect distance to keep safe from the song influence, so the same as the perfect time to attack by the location that people that passed out would regularly wake up or be found at. Aizen started to walk in the club with the same looks he had. Aizen stayed in the club for a while and made sure he stayed near some passed-out drunken fellows next to him to give him the scent of a drunken man. After a bit Aizen is walking wonky like he is zoned out and left the club while using his umbrella as a cane to help him walk. Opening parenthesis question mark question mark question mark question mark question mark. Pav smiley face. Another night and another day and another time to survive in this hellhole we call life. Sigh. It has been over 10 months since I entered and stayed at Mistral. The folks are boring, same with the thugs. They all just so plain. They all act like others do, but what's good is how just easy it is to pickpockets the poor drunken fools that leave that bar. This strange person starts staring at the club. Got a lot of lean from this method. Not clean, but if it gives me lean then I don't care at all. Though the pay of this isn't much since sometimes they use all their lean after being pickpocketed by that singer, or sometimes the people who leave the club is hardly drunk or zoned out and I have to fight and knock out the people and take their stuff. Though I may not know a lot of hand-to-hand techniques nor the experience of someone close to the hunters, but I am more than confident to be able to knock out most people even if I break a hand. Yes, I don't have any aura, and that means no semblance. I ain't special like those spoiled brats who get to follow a dream. I only follow a goal, and that is to make my name to be heard and known through the world. Though just wait, this will be the start of the story of Roman Torchwich. Just Roman Torchwich without hat, cane, jacket. And imagine him having a small ponytail and a bit younger. Roman spots a drunken man leaving the club. Roman. Oh tilde, from the looks of that man, it would seem tonight is gonna be a good night for me, grins. Roman starts to walk over to the drunken fellows and trips the man over. Oof. Oh tilde my head. As this stranger tries to get up with struggle but fails. Roman. Oh my. Roman slowly helps him sit down in an alleyway. Roman. Are you okay, sir? That was a quite hard fall tilde. Roman speaks, trying to sound worried for the stranger health. Huh? Oh, yeah, my bad, young lad. It would seem I'm a bit tipsy. Checks his coat. Thanks the one true being that my newly bought coat is clean size in relief. Roman. Oh, I'm so glad that the coat isn't dirty. It does look quite costly if I say it for myself. Yes. It cost me a lot. I was quite foolish. To wear it to the club, it cost me most of my life savings. So this coat would have surely go for tons, though. I was lucky and got it before the price of the item got too high. Hee. Huh. Wait, where is my cane? Suddenly Roman raises his hand with a cane in his hand. Roman. I want your coat, old man. Huh? Roman slams his hand down and knocks the old man out. The old man passes out from the knock to the head. Roman then takes the old man coat and look at himself. Or at least imagine what he must look like with the coat on. Roman. Damn, I bet I look good tilde, and how comfortable this thing is. Just amazing. Damn, old man, I also pity you without this thing. Roman starts chuckling and then look at the cane. Roman. However, about to grab the cane till a hand grabbed with such grip that it could be mistaken for a grim Ursa hand strength. Roman. Ah. F asterisk asterisk asterisk. Roman noticed the hand was from the old man. Roman. The hell? Let go. Sorry, young lad, but that cane is mine. The old man stated this with a scarily, extremely calm voice, which personally scared Roman the most. Those who doesn't overreact and only act on logic and reason are the scariest kind of people in the hell we call life. You can't anger them by saying words, so it's either a fight or flight against those kind of people. Roman panicked and quickly sent a quick jab to the old man, only for the old man to smack it away and appear beside of Roman instant and grab the boy neck and lift him up. Roman. The hell, you. Roman was started to do his best to struggle out of the old man grip, but failing horribly. Roman starts to coughing non-stop by the grip on his neck. A man that you shouldn't have messed with. The old man would let go of the boy neck as Roman was on his knees grasping his neck and trying to catch his breath. Roman. Coughs. Damn. You. Old. Man. Oh. My apologies, young man, but I am old, but not like that, for you see. The old man now grabs the cane and it slowly shift into a sword. I am here for you, smiles. Roman. So you gonna kill me? Coughs. Who sent you anyway? The old man didn't reply but just stayed quiet and watches Roman as Roman starts to get worried and scared by getting no reply. For a few moments Roman vision starts to waver like waves and Roman quickly blinks and noticed. He was no longer in that alleyway with the old man but was where he could guess a warehouse of sorts. With the old ma. Roman very thoughts came to the stop where he noticed he wasn't in pain and the old man was longer with him but a man who looked extremely young, had glasses and a relaxed aura around him. But Roman, even after meeting this strange man on this unknown area, instantly put up his guard and ready to attack at any time. So that you can make a name for yourself? Roman. Good offer, but how can I even trust you and make sure you're not with any of the criminal groups or even undercover cops or huntsmen? Not to mention, what will you get out of it? Aizen. If I was one of those criminals then I would have sent you to the leader already or knock you and send you to the prison, but since I ain't then I won't. I merely want someone who will assist me with a small goal of mine. And threat not, you will be paid, quite handsomely. Roman. Roman starts to think of all the possibilities he could think of to either escape or any lies and truth to this man who calls himself Aizen, and perhaps he should accept it. He already seen what this man is a bit capable of, and not to mention, I haven't sensed a single lie in his voice. Roman. But first, show me the goods then. Aizen. All right, gets up and pulls a case behind a poster of a black cat with a black bow on top of their ears and holding onto a line with the quote, "Hang in there." Aizen. All right, gets up and pulls a case behind a poster of a black cat with a black bow on top of their ears and holding onto a line with the quote, "Hang in there." Aizen then places the case on the table and opens it. Aizen. How about it? This will be the start of your journey of getting strong, very known. Of course you can continue what you do and do whatever you so wish. Just come here once in a while and I'll train you up so you can defend yourself. Aizen. How about it? This will be the start of your journey of getting strong, very known. Of course you can continue what you do and do whatever you so wish. Just come here once in a while and I'll train you up so you can defend yourself. Smiles. You have potential to be great. So a deal then? Roman thinks that could easily be a trap, but thinking about all the elements of the reason that comes into play. Roman. You know what? Sure, I agree. Though you better keep your end of the deal. Aizen. Perfect. As Aizen gives the case to Roman and continue to speak. Aizen. Your training starts tomorrow. Good luck, Roman. Roman leaves and Aizen is now sitting by himself. Aizen. Now time for the next phase. Says Aizen while have a evil glint in his eyes and a malice-filled grin.